Welcome and good evening. Welcome to the Jamaica Funk Show. I'm KT. I'm your host this evening. And tonight we got a great show for you. You know, we've had some crazy things going on in this new administration we got going on. But tonight is Tuesday night, and Tuesday night is our How to Form a Nonprofit Corporation, a 501c3. Tonight we're coming from Chapter 3 from the book called How to Form a Nonprofit Corporation, Step-by-Step Guide to forming a 501c3 in any state. And this book is written by an attorney by the name of Anthony Mancuso. So we're going to be going over Chapter 3 tonight. And Chapter 3 entails requirements for Section 501c3 tax exemption. So there are several different 501c corporations, which I actually just learned that today. But the one we're doing is the 501c3, and it entails certain types of corporations that are covered under that statute, under that code of the IRS section. So we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be going over Chapter 3. So if you have the book, you can follow along. If you don't have the book, you can pick this book up at any internet bookstore or bookstore for that matter. And the name of the book, once again, is How to Form a Nonprofit Corporation, a Step-by-Step Guide to Forming a 501c3. So we got that for you. We also got 10 days of the Moochie. 10 days of the Moochie, and that has to do with the current administration and one of their correspondents, well, not correspondents, but communications persons that they had just hired. So we're going to talk about that. We got some reset for you, and we got some reggae music for you. So I want you to sit back, relax. I want you to grab that last piece of jerk chicken and whatever it is you're drinking, and let's get ready for some show enough. Mama, shut your mouth. Reggae music. Well, Iron.
Reset. If you had the opportunity to live life over without limits or boundaries, having the ability to manifest your goals and dreams with the opportunity to live life on your terms, would you be willing to develop the greatness in you, stepping into a new dimension that supports your expectation of life? Each of us has the power to step out of ordinary into extraordinary living, a life filled with limitless opportunities with the access to an abundance of everything. But it starts with resetting your 5 senses. See, our 5 senses gives us the ability to hear, see, taste, smell, and hold. Some of us have put our life on hold because of the negative things we have been told throughout life's journey. What we have seen and heard have caused us to put up roadblocks, leading us down the path called Impossibility Boulevard, detouring us from smelling the roses, tasting and partaking in the beauty of unlimited possibilities that life has to offer. It's time to reset our thinking, creating a new reality that demands us to be optimistic in the midst of adversity, knowing there is always a way out when we are able to look beyond the obstacles and see the opportunity within. living life on our terms start with making a commitment to become invincible and unstoppable when it comes to our goals and dreams, refusing to be defeated or mistreated, having the courage to put life on blast, no longer requiring life's approval, choosing to live life the way we see it and not the way life dictates or demands. Each of us have the power to press reset. When we reset our life, it resets our reality, causing us to live on purpose. The kind of life that I'm referring to will cause controversy amongst the turtles when you start running with the giraffes. No longer will you allow negative conversation within or without keep you from coming out of the box. Our determination will cause us to push through the impossibilities, rising to the call of it's possible, moving us forward onto higher grounds. Elevation, exploitation brings new players to the game. Fresh ideas and courage will eliminate fear, breaking the barriers that have had us chained, refusing to be held back in the game we call life. This is your season of opportunities. Today is your day to live life on purpose. Impulse won't do. Put life on notice. There is greatness in you. Don't be sold by the negative stories you've been told. Living life on your terms is possible. But that negative conversation, see, that's what's old. There is nothing new under the sun. Whatever you want to be or do, there is someone who has already begun the journey on the road you desire to travel to. It's your turn. Now let your feet hit the gravel. When you live on purpose, it demolishes the thoughts of it's impossible, enlarging your horizon and opening the doors to unlimited opportunities, moving you beyond involvement into commitment. See, the pig was always committed, whereas the chicken only got involved. If you are ready for a revolution to take place in your life, then now is the time for you to become bold, ambitious, and radical. You have the potential to live an extraordinary life. Your goals and dreams are dependent on you to free them from within so they can rock the world and blow minds across the globe, opening new doors and giving opportunity to those that have been sold on it's impossible to live your dreams. The world will see your story alone, that ambition is the vehicle that awakens dreams. Being radical makes us be determined to see the possibilities in the negative advertisement. And potential declares, I have what it takes to manifest my goals and dreams. If I have to retrain and refuel to be able to endure the journey, I am determined to deliver what I came to earth to give. I suggest that you start today by building a team of people, starting with yourself, that is willing to motivate and inspire you. When times get rough, encourage yourself to continue moving forward, staying committed to the journey, knowing if you believe in your dreams and can see them, have faith, you will definitely achieve them. Each of us has dreams that are worth living. The people that are living their dreams refuse to allow the gravity of negativity to pull them down, nor are they waiting for greatness to be created or show up on their doorstep. They understand that greatness is not created, nor is it discovered. It is awakened and developed from within. This is your time to shine and your season for greatness. Are you ready to awaken and develop the greatness in you? You know what you got to do. Press reset.
Boss it.
4-1, them boy they don't know man. Come a promise man thumping a face DJ. I want the whole Kogan. Me murder 4 man 4 girl. Make AK sing like vocal. Them badness like them local. Man we sing them place like Portland. When my be a man roll up people are dead. What 90 are squeezing a head. Tell them about rose eyes flank off seal them. Can't tell them man believe in a lead. Rifle rise and people are dead. Mark 90 squeezing a head. Them know we be must them head. Lift up me gun now head. Man hot up the place like pot pan stove. Funeral me a bone box and rose. Real top killer we no mac and toast. Tell some boys if it's up from pose. How your skin coulda tough like Batman clothes. To be 18 see clock pan nose. Lift off the head with the hands and toes. Come in all left nothing for the cops and crows. Squeeze out the girl tech. Boil it down in a casket well dressed. Chop off a neck left your headless. Who no badness soft like a bread wet. Anybody feel brave or make step. Out of your body me we make breath left. AR-15 it well set. I no bank teller when he take check. Spanish town roll out people are dead. What 90 are squeezing a head. Tell about big tree homestead match pen. Top 10 man believe in a lead. Rifle rise and people are dead. Mark 90 squeezing a head. Them know we be must them head. Lift up me gun knock us head. When the Glock speed boy drop this. Me run over them and clap 6. Boy get pop up like mob stick. Me murder your friend me not chat quick. To kill them me no practice. Rise the rifle and balance it. Blood leak out like tongue drip. Boy just get him tongue. When you hear about ravers and a ding dong. Out of your head where you are ruffling from. One in your face where the hollow tip slam. Big rifle a sing cross and a sing song. 50 cash shake up the place here a whole man shout out. If I no got a King Kong. Funeral day make a mother sing song. I am memorial them if you play this one. Ma be a man roll up people are dead. What 90 are squeezing a head. Tell about rose eyes flank off seal them. Can't tell them man believe in a lead. Rifle rise and people are dead. Mark 90 squeezing a head. Well let them know me we bust them head. Lift up me gun then a pen.
DJ Chop Bro cool. So me I say Salt Spring. Me I say Cornwall Coast. You see me? Me I say Gully. You hear that? Whole of Mobile, whole of Spain Town, Homestead my place. TJ, what you say?
Bossed.
Rivers, killers,
GCT.
motherfucking sick niggas.
10%. Greenland.
Fort Jenners. You know what thing go? Bossed. Governor.
Rifle rise and people are dead. Mark 90 squeezing a head. One of them know me we bust them head. Lift up me gun then a pen.
All right, so today was a crazy day for the White House. A really, really, really crazy day for the White House. So today, White House communications, let's see. Yeah, the White House Communications Director, Mr. Anthony Scaramucci, got fired, or he resigned, but I believe he got fired. You know, they have a way of saying things, and I'm just gonna cut to the chase. The man was in his job for all of 10 days. It says Anthony Scaramucci burned brightly in his record-breaking tenure as the most short-lived communications director in the White House history. He made waves with colorful language that may have ultimately led to his fiery descent. Here's a look at his, or a look at his 11 days. So, Mr. Scaramucci, it says, before the ill-fated Scaramucci had never held a job in government or communications, but was common sought at Trump Towers after November's election as a member of the transition team. Spicer allegedly quit because Trump's pick. Now, okay, let's look at this. Trump has a band of merry men. I mean, it's like every time you turn around, somebody in that administration is either getting fired or quitting. I don't know. And they say that a lot of the jobs that Trump has in his administration still have not been filled. So, I don't know what the deal is, but it seems like people are having a hard time working over there at the White House nowadays. And also, did you hear about Trump's son lying about his interaction with the Russians? He told a investigation committee that he was talking to the Russians with regards to adopting a child. And come to find out, he was talking to the Russians for his dad about if they had any dirt on Hillary Clinton. Now, and he also said that Jared Kushner was also a part of the conversation. This is really, really crazy. I just wonder what is this government going to do with that administration? Because, they're doing all this investigating, but I just wonder whether or not if it's going to amount to anything. I think they're just putting on a show for us people here in America, the American people. So much for that administration. Let's get on to how to form a nonprofit corporation, your 501c3. And like I said earlier, we're coming from Chapter 3, which is requirements for 501c3 tax exemption. So these are the things that you need to have, or need to be, I should say, in order to get a 501c3 tax exemption. So it says here that a 501c3 organizational test under Section 501c3 of the Internal Revenue Code, group organizes and operates exclusively for charitable, religious, scientific, literary, and educational purposes. Now, they have other 501c3s for other entities, but 501c3 is dedicated towards these particular entities that I just mentioned. And there are a couple of others. It says here that in order to obtain an exemption from payment of federal income taxes, the article of incorporations of a 501c3 corporation must limit group's corporation purposes to one or more of the allowances. 501c3 purposes must not empower it to exchange other than an insubstantial part of its activities in activities that don't further one or more of these tax-exempt purposes. The first formal requirement is known as the 501c3 organizational test. A group can engage in more than one 501c3 tax-exempt activities. For example, a group's activities can be characterized as charitable and educational, such as a school for the blind or physically handicapped children. A nonprofit cannot, however, engage simultaneously in a 501c3 exempt purpose activities and an activity that is exempt under a different subsection of Section 501c. So as I said earlier, there are other 501c's, but the one that we're talking about is the 501c3. Thus, a group cannot form a educational and social or recreational purposes because social and recreational groups are exempt under a 501c7 of the Internal Revenue Code. Now, as a practical matter, this rarely occurs because 501c3 subsections are custom tailored to specific types of organizations, such as war veteran organizations and cemetery companies. Valid purpose under Section 501(3). Now let's take a closer look at most common 501c3 purposes: charitable, religious, scientific, literary, and educational, and the requirements for each of these purposes. In addition to the valid purpose required discussed in this section, there are other general requirements for 501c3 groups must comply with to obtain 501c status. These are discussed here below. Okay? Charitable purposes. The charitable purpose exemption is the broadest, most all-encompassing exemption under the 501c3. Not surprisingly, it is also the most commonly used exemption. Benefits to the public. The word charitable, as used in Section 501c3, is broadly defined as to mean providing services, benefits to the public's interest. In fact, other 501c3 purpose groups, educational, religious, and scientific groups, are often also considered charitable in nature because their activities usually benefit the public. Even groups not directly engaged in religious, educational, and science activities, but whose activities directly or indirectly benefits or promotes 501c3 purpose can qualify for 501c3 charitable purpose groups. Groups that seek to promote the welfare of specific groups of people in communities like handicapped people, elderly persons, or members of a particular ethnic group, or groups that seek advance others exempted activities, environmental or like educational, will generally be considered organizations for charitable purposes because these activities benefit the public at large and they are charitable in nature. Groups that advance religion, even if do not have a strictly religious purpose or function, are often considered charitable purpose organizations under Section 501c3. The IRS reasons that the advancement of religion is itself a charitable purpose. For example, monthly newspaper, a group that publishes and distributes a monthly newspaper with church news or interdenominational interest, was held to accomplish a charitable purpose because it contributes to the advancement of religion. Now, they had a coffee house here, non-for-profit organization formed by a local church to operate a supervised facility known as a coffee house, was found to have a valid 501c3. Charitable purposes in advanced religion and education by bringing together college-age people with church leaders, educators, and leaders from the business community, and discussion counseling on religion, current events, social and vocational problems. Genealogical research. An organization formed to compile genealogical research data on its family members in order to perform religious observance in accordance with the precepts of their faith, was held to advance religion and to be a charitable organization. So that means that you could actually go out and start an organization based on your family's history and religion, religious practice. Basically, that's what it sounds like it's saying to me. Now, missionary assistant, a missionary group established to provide temporary low-cost housing and related services for missionary families on furlough in the United States from their assignments abroad, was held to be a charitable purpose organization under Section 501c3. Other examples of activities and purposes that have met the IRS organizational test for charitable purposes, and possibly another 501c3 purpose as well, includes relieving the poor, distressed, and underprivileged, advancing education or science, erecting or maintaining public buildings, monuments, or works, lessening the burden of government, lessening neighborhood tension, eliminating prejudice and discrimination, promoting and developing the arts, defending human and civil rights secured by law, providing facilities and services to senior citizens, maintaining a charitable hospital, providing a community fund to support family relief and service agencies in the community, providing loans for charitable or educational purposes, and maintaining public interest law firms. Now, I want to tell you about some of the organization or some of the other 501c that you could actually get tax exempt for. So one is a 501c2, a title holding corporation. Next is a 501c4, civil league social welfare organization. The other one is a 501c5, labor, agricultural, or horticultural organization. A 501c6, business league, chamber of commerce. 501c7, social clubs. 501c8, a fraternal beneficiary society order or association. 501c9, voluntary employee benefit association. A 501c10, a domestic fraternal societies or orders, etc. A 501c12, a benevolent life insurance association, mutual ditch, or irrigation, companies, a mutual or corporate telephone companies, a 501c13, cemetery companies, 501c15, a mutual insurance company or association, 501c17, trust providing for payment of supplemental unemployment compensation benefits, 50119, a post organization auxiliary unit of past or present members of the armed forces of the United States, and 501c25, title holding corporations or trusts. This was an eye opener for me because I didn't know anything about those other ones. I just thought the only tax exempt corporation that the government would give you a tax exempt for, a federal tax exempt, was the 501c3. Also, we're talking about a federal tax exemption on your 501c3. You can also get a 501c3 tax exemption from your state and local governments. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here, because we got some folks chatting with us tonight. Miss Joe. Okay, it has nothing to do with Scaramucci's wife filing for divorce 9 months into her pregnancy and him texting her congrats. I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't read that far. I thought it was just interesting that the man was only on the job for 10 days. And let's see. Yeah. And let's see, of course, would like to know more about the 501c7. Yeah, I'll tell you more about the 501c7 probably next week, not next month, but next week. Because we'll have a little bit more time to go into it. And let's see. Who knew there was so many Yeah, I know. Who knew? I stumbled on it myself today, because I thought it was just 501c3. I didn't know that there were a whole lot more to it than just the 501c3. So I will be getting ready to play some Joe's poetry from excerpts from my resume. But before I do that, I want you to check us out on www.jamaicafunkshow.com. There you will find our videos, you will find our articles, you will also find Joe's poetry, excerpts from my resume, and you will also find a link to her website, as well as there's also a link on there for Christos Furs. So you can go out there and you can check all of that out. Also, upload or download the Spreaker app to your mobile device. That's SPREAKER.com or SPEAKER at your local app store or your Google Play Store for your mobile on-the-go listening. That way you can catch the Jamaica Funk Show, which is on Tuesdays from 8:15 until 9. On Thursdays, Black History Wednesday, from 9:15 until 10. And on Thursdays, whatever flows, from 8:15 until 9. We also simulcast on Facebook Live. So you can catch us also on Facebook Live. So without any further ado, we're going to get some Joe's poetry going on here for you guys. So sit back, relax, and let's check out Miss Johanna Bright
Trying to
with
get over myself.
Joe's
When I let
poetry.
myself down, I beat myself up. When I do a
I
good
just
thing,
love
I
you.
congratulate myself before I give thanks. And when I have a hard time understanding why things won't turn out the way I want them to, I blame everyone but me. I just love you. You never get angry when I snap at you when I'm wrong. You just look at me with compassion and give me my space. You always try to see what is good and right and wonderful and how I can always do better if I just try harder. You try to give me good books to read, music to listen to, places of solitude, or venues where friends are. When I feel defeated and I try to give up, I swear I just love you. How many times have I followed my own bad advice? How many times have I thrown caution to the wind and have it slap me in the face? How many times do I have to wake up and regret the day before? How many times do I have to look another mundane day in the face to the end? I just love you because of your passion, drive, eagerness to step out every day and try something different. Because you do more than just persevere from the day before with a look of determination on your face. I want to be just like you when I grow up. But right now, I'm a little too naive, too green, too wet behind the ears. I don't get the subtle nuances in grown up conversations because I haven't lived yet. So I'm just going to have to put you on my nightstand and next to my mirror or my dresser. I'll watch you every day as I move and grow, and I'll try to keep pace day to day. And maybe, just maybe, one day I could be just like you. The me I'm going to be one day. Just before I was born, my last memory was of my last breath and the excitement I felt, the anticipation of the new wonders of this new world I would soon be living in. I remember saying goodbye to everyone because I wouldn't know them again. Not like I knew them now. The next time would be different because I would be different, because I would have lived in the new world. Whatever changes that would happen to me would be permanent. My old friends would never recognize me. Just before I was born, I knew everything there was to know because I came from a collective of love and thought, and no one hid anything they knew from another. Then I took my first breath, and it was gone. All of it. It was like they didn't exist. I don't remember the air or the ground or if there were buildings or homes or anything at all. It's all gone. But there's this little inkling of something inside me that says there is something somewhere, some place better than this. So the first thing I felt was pain because I was lost and lonely and cold and so small. I was vulnerable. I needed protection from everything. The air here is different. The food, the clothing, the shelter, it's all so foreign, so new, so strange, and somehow so wonderful. Now, but I still feel like I'm missing something. So I cry, and you comfort me, and the warmth and love is felt. I've grown older now, and I've learned so many wonderful, some dreadful things. I wish I didn't know, but I have to know if I'm to live here, grow more here, survive here. I've learned that here is not forever. There is forever. Where I was is forever. You told me that you would be there for me and forever, and just believe you, and you would meet me in forever. So now I can't wait, but I have to, and that's okay too, because I am forever, even though I was born dead.
So, guys, join us on this coming Thursday for the author of the book Instant Ain't Everything, Miss Claudette Reddick. A profitable legacy building comes over time. Miss Reddick just happens to be a very dear friend of mine, and she's written a book, and I think it's a really great book. And she's talking about her climb to starting her dream, her dream in organizing a foundation for women called Sisters Home. So I'm looking forward to talking to her about Instant Ain't Everything. Also on Thursday, we're supposed to be talking to the founder of the 9th annual Sunrise Service, Miss Janine Ingram. So I'm looking forward to the both of them being here. So I just want to say thank you guys for listening this evening. It has been a pleasure to come into your homes. I just thank you for allowing me to come into your homes and talk to you and ramble and all the rest of that. Next week, we're still going to be on chapter 3. We will also, I'll do a little thing on a 501c7 for you, Miss Johanna Bright, since you asked, since you said you'd like to know more about it. I'll make sure that I'll find out more information for you, so you can become and we can become more familiar with 501c7. And as always, without you, there is no us. So I thank you for joining me this evening. God bless you. God bless America. And until tomorrow evening at 9:15 for Black History Wednesday, well, I remind.
Yeah, been sitting here, baby. I've been waiting on you, baby. I've been keeping my cool, taking it smooth, watching all the guys manufacturing lies. Now I know it's time to break away from the crowd. You and me ought to be alone. Far away from the loud, where our voices are the only sound. Oh, could you be that person? Yeah, be that person I'd wanna be with, I'd give my last for. Break away, one and one. The introduction to a part of me that's little known. You'll fit just right in my humble home. No restriction, you'll be free to do. I'm leaving me to you. So could you? Give me profile once again.